Hello. I seem to be in a new world. New world means new opportunities. I'm doing good. How about you? Hello, Ebbs. With this new world also means that I have to start anew. And as I progress in this world, I hope to be adding additional cast as well. I don't know, Ebbs. We need to make some tools to get started. I have grand ambitions for this world. Ah, great. Dang world edit. How do you disable this dang thing? Oh well. I guess I can't use a wooden axe because World Edit has stolen it. These darn magical powers that I don't know about. Man, it got dark fast. But that is okay. I'll be exploring this world, and I will be constructing many things. And as I construct things, I will be challenging people to complete them. And with those challenges, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to start saying no. If you're only in the chat to get on the server, I'm gonna have to say no. I'm gonna be inviting people to the server that are very particular. Unfortunately, I can't afford to fund a server for anyone to just come and join. I told you I might, and right now you're proving that it's a good decision not to, if you're going to take offense to not being allowed on the server. I'm not going to go through the trouble of setting up a bunch of protections to prevent griefing and other stuff. Like, I'm sorry to disappoint anyone that wants to join the server, but I can't just open it up to anyone. And I get requests anytime I have SMP in the title to join the server from anyone walking into the stream. So I'm going to put a disclaimer right now that please stop asking to join the server, whether it's my server or a server that I'm on with a friend. I'll have to update the rules at some point to say so. Like, if you're someone that I have interacted with multiple times, and I'm not saying like in a day or a week, then I don't know. I just have to decide when and if someone can join. But this is the first episode of my server releasing, so I'm gonna switch gears here. I'm sorry. If you're still in the chat, Ebbs, good luck with college. Make sure you stay concentrated on it. Uh-oh. Ow. It's definitely on hard mode. That's for sure. Alright, so switching back. I plan to be building a lot of things in this world. I hope once things start really kicking off that we can start doing some roleplay as well as building up an actual town like I was planning to do on the previous server I was on. Because the people that were on there were pretty cool, but it was another streamer's like primary server, so they wanted to focus on that streamer, so it's kind of hard to work with any of the other people on there. I know there's no creepers. I'm watching. Look, it may be nighttime, but that's my time. Now, if I could just find some iron and really get things started. Just so you know, Koji, assuming your PC can handle running Minecraft, I'm going to be building things and challenging people, and you'll probably be one of the people I challenge. I will construct mini dungeons. And I will challenge people to complete them. I also have quite a few plugins installed. One of them is my favorite, which is the tree mod, but I also have teams. So we'll be able to have our own factions. And as I invite people into the server, I'll be asking them a couple questions. So Here's something for you to plan, Koji. The question is, which faction will you be representing? As well as if you'd like to start your own faction. At some point, I'll be limiting the number of factions. I don't want 20 people on the server, and then all 20 people are in their own faction. It'll be pretty slow going at first, I think. So, the first couple streams of me playing this will very likely just be myself. Despite this being a SMP, I do plan to invite specific people. I've been toying around the idea of like a community server, but it's just not practical, especially at my level of streaming. While I have a couple people that, you know, stop by and check in and are active, it's not feasible to open it up to everyone. And with the content that I plan to be creating, I kind of have to be a little picky with who's playing on the server. So in case you missed it, Koji, I'm going to be planning on doing roleplay on the server. I'd like to fashion a story, a tale, some backstory. So to those of you that are already listening, many of you are already people I recognize, including the very sad Jabuls, assuming he's still here. I'll be updating my VTuber lore soon. Yes, this is the new one. So the previous one I was playing on with friends was about a quarter as powerful as this one. So this one I think can very comfortably fit maybe 20 people. Now, something I can't commit to this, but something I may try is maybe having community days where we'll have an event where people can join the server without the whitelist. And on those community days, it'll be like a proper event, like things are occurring. Sure, if you want to join now. I have to update the whitelist. I can't remember, does your Java Minecraft have an underscore? Don't even know your own username. I get that. Luckily, the one I chose wasn't very used by other people. Oh, that was close. That was a real one. Uh-oh. This might be my death. Please, food. I need food. Why are there no sheep in this world? I need a bed. I don't know if we can survive another night. Look, I've gotten very accustomed to running around in full netherite. In this world, I am weak. I must regain my power. As I was saying, as a VTuber, I have had a very loose background, I think. And I've changed it a couple times, but I think I've finally locked it in. It's not official yet. It's not official until I get my new model. Until then, I am in this body, and I can do whatever I want. But once I receive my new body, things will happen. My power is constricted in this form. And by my hunger. We must feast on raw food. No. Well, wait. If I can survive, 20 feet, I think I can find food. These villagers must support me. Or they know what happens if they don't. Oh, that is a pretty snazzy looking house. We might have to become a guest for a bit. He will not mind if I take his hay. Because what's he gonna say? Is he gonna say or Right? Right? It's the same as before. So if you look in the Discord Minecraft server section, you have to tell me what your username is, though. Actually, I think you told me before. Let me check. Yep, it's an underscore. Goji, you have been granted access to the realm. Wait, how do we make that? Greetings to Gabe. Have you finished your Snickers and spaghetti? I should probably cook this food and eat it before I die. That's such a strange set of things to eat, the Gabe. Separately, pretty good. But together, I don't know about that. I have consumed four chickens. You were in, Koji. You're in for about 5 seconds. Not according to this. Hey, it's not my internet. This is cloud hosted, and I am still connected. Any secret goodies up here? Nope. Alright, villagers, what you got for me? What do you offer to me? I will take any offerings. Be they food, metal, leather. Your connection is so bad. one little bar. Yes, I would even take dried kelp. Wi-Fi is never good. Wi-Fi is slow. When I decided to start streaming, I had to move my PC next to my router. Cause I was like, I ain't relying on Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is not nice. It is not nice. It's more like Wi-Fi. Like why? Alright, village. Everyone back in their houses. Sir, this is my house now? You need to leave? Luckily for you, Koji, I've installed the sleeping mod, which makes it so that only half the people have to do it. Hello, sheep. Now we're on a quest to find where to build our stronghold. I have limited the size of the world, but it's not very strict. It's about 50,000 blocks. So that should give us quite a bit of room to work with. I also have quite a few plugins. One of them has already been revealed, and that is World Edit. World Edit is something that I'm going to have to play around with. I'll have to make sure it's something that's not just blanketly available. But if we need to move houses or builds somewhere, that's primarily what it'll be used for. And then for some of the dungeons that I build, I'm playing around with the idea of doing it in creative, since it's something that I'll be using to challenge other people. But I do like the idea of doing it in survival. So we'll have to wait and see about that. For now, we'll stick to survival. Now, something I did consider, though, is... I was thinking about making some of these dungeons in another world, and then world editing them in. And we also have this portal mod that will make it so I can set up custom portals that take you to specific worlds. So we can have more than just one overworld. We can have multiple. You see, Koji, you can't be afraid of the creeper. You have to embrace the chance of death. Look, if a creeper's that close and you hear that sound, you're dead. If for some reason it's fake, then you're alive. I really should have grabbed a bed from those villagers. We'll be kind to them for now. We must not make new enemies. We have too many from the past worlds. In this world, my empire will not fall. You see, Gabe, Koji is on the server. Because Koji's going to be a sacrifice at some point. Yes, Koji, you heard that right. For my plan to work, I need heroes. And those heroes are the cannon fodder. For someone that fashions things and creates dungeons and trials, you need someone to send through said trials. I have done no such things, Koji. There's 0 chance of my sword killing you. That's because I have found my calling to Gabe. I am a creator. I create things. What those things do, I don't care about. You can try if you want, Koji. That reminds me. How do I add this? Invalid chat component used JSON readers. What? Ah, here we go. It didn't work. I'll have to figure out that later. Look, Koji, you're never gonna find me. You can't stop your fate. Yes, Koji. You're the only person at this point who, by default, is allowed to have a faction. Because we kind of already had that statement before where I said we'd have a war. The difference is, I intend for that war to take place on my own field. Now the question is, can you trust Owo? Can you trust Gabe? Can you trust Painless? Because they might choose your faction. Will they support you? Or will they thwart you? Gabe, I can't remember if you have Java Edition, but you've been around since pretty much the very beginning and have been extremely active. So if you'd like to join, you're free to do so. You don't have the perfect version. How sad. I have to decide where to begin building my stronghold. Part of me wants to go ahead and defeat the weakling of a dragon and claim it as my own. We can claim the end as our domain. I think that's very fitting. It'll be the... That is very fitting, actually. I can construct my fortress over the end portal. That way there's only one way back. You see, this is perfect, Koji. You're not my enemy. You're just someone that I'm testing. You seem like you'd be the perfect hero person. You'll assemble your little party, and I'll assemble obstacles for them to pass through. And only the strong will survive. So a bit of a teaser, because I've mentioned changing some of my VTuber design. I'll be sticking with long hair. I'll be sticking with purple eyes. I'll be changing to 2D. I'll be sacrificing them for creation. For everything that you make has to have a purpose. So I have to construct the ultimate trial. And I have decided that my calling as a VTuber, of my past and my skills, some people choose to be a bear and a forest nymph, or a spirit, or a ghost, or a toast, or a zombie, or any other form of animal. Me, however, I have always been an adventurer. Yes, or a Gabe. I've always been an adventurer. And recently, I've decided it's time to become a dungeon master. Oh, can I get away from the skeleton? Unfortunately, I do not have dominion over the undead. I'm not a lich. But yes, my grand design is finally coming together. I've chosen my path. I will shepherd people to this world, and I will test them to make them stronger. Yes, something of the sort. Oh my god. that skeleton. He does not want me to create. Yeah, I'm down for more collabs, Koji. Yes, my path is to ultimate creation. I will fashion more difficult and more cumbersome creations. Testing, taking notes, trying them. Oh my god, this guy has armor and is enchanted. Let me guess, Gabe, you took an arrow to the knee. Is that what happened after you found your path? Were you once an adventurer? Did I spoil your joke? Has my power of omnipotence ruined it? Koji, I have to practice my way with words. Another sneak peek into things I have planned. I'd really love to do a lot more roleplay, and that means D&D, that means other tabletop games. And while I can never hope to have the same charisma as Matt Mercer or other like popular DMs, I will try. I will find people, I will lead them on adventures. I will weave stories, I will craft tales, and give them the opportunity to kind of harden their hearts and be a part of a journey. Also, this is totally... I completely have been spacing out and just running in a direction. The difficult thing about roleplay, Koji, is it requires commitment by multiple people. You have to think about what you want your character to be. It's not too uncommon or unlike traditional roleplay in D&D, for example. You have to decide what your bonds are, what your ideals are, what your goals are, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are. And sometimes you just embrace those that you are on your own. Sometimes it is easier to roleplay something that you just are. So part of this is, since you've already basically committed to joining the server, since you're literally on it right now, we'll come up with some ideas, and then we can go live probably at the same time. We'll plan streams that coincide, and people can watch either viewpoint, and we can loosely decide on a topic. So perhaps you're going to try and find my location, and I can leave clues as to my location. So that's the kind of roleplay that you can do. It doesn't have to be scripted, you know, it doesn't have to be like everything set in stone, because that's not how high fantasy settings work. When you're playing D&D or any other game, you don't know the outcome. You can lay out the story, but you don't know which way the people will go. So to Gabe, what I will create to start with is some place I can prepare. And I'm thinking I need to find a tundra. I need to find someplace cold. Someplace without much life. I could choose a mountain. One of these mountains could work. There are lots of mountains here. This could work. I kind of like it. I think we have a good start. I wish I had kept track of where that swamp was, because I do need to position myself near snow and near a swamp. Well, ultimately, I believe the first dungeon that I create will be in the end. I'll fashion something that prevents people from leaving. so that they'll have to challenge. See, this is where I have to consider. If I allow myself to do creative mode, I can force them down a path and prevent them from, just leaving. I'm not positive yet. I'm thinking about it. I'll have to be extra careful with my coordinates. Can't let Koji stumble upon my lair. Not before I'm ready. Hello, sheep. You're not a goat. What are you doing up here? What, don't you know how to use Koji? And yes, this will be a roleplay SMP. As time goes on, we'll decide on the directions that the winds flow. But the ultimate destination will be determined based on how people play. So whoever comes out the victor, we'll have to wait. I'm picturing each season, which I have not decided on a timeline yet. That'll also depend on the activity on the server. Each season will culminate in a battle, I believe. Whether that battle is fought with swords, or fought by land, or through attrition, is yet to be determined. I'm here waiting for this dang thing to smelt. Alright. Unfortunately, we don't have backpacks. I miss backpacks. I also miss shulker boxes, which are basically backpacks. What I think I might do today is I'm going to speed run. Well, not really speed run, because I've clearly already lost the record. I'm going to rush my way to the end. I'm going to defeat that dragon before Koji has a chance to even get to the nether. I will armor up, I will prepare, so that when he finds me, he does not stand a chance. That's another idea, by the way. We could try doing one of those Minecraft hunts. Don't worry, Koji. Maybe we'll have a different arc where there's less rivalry. Perhaps the third faction will cause us to need to ally. Off the top of my head, I feel like Painless might be that faction. But he's busy with school, so we'll have to wait and see. What I'll do for now, we'll play, we'll prepare, we'll gather our strength. I'll put together a... Yeah, welcome to my life, Koji. Full-time job plus streaming. It's about the same as school plus full-time, well, school plus streaming. School plus streaming plus full-time job, though, that is a nightmare. Let's see, what do I need? I could backtrack and go to the... What are 4 free blocks? Oh, time blocks. Do they not have any programs for you that you can take advantage of? When I was in high school, I participated in a college program. So I was able to take college classes while I was in high school. Highly recommend trying to find those programs if you're currently in school, because it gives you a leg up and you already get familiar with colleges. Even if you don't intend to actually get a degree, it's still worth it. That's fine, Koji. I still recommend it. A couple of the classes I took while I was in high school, I think were very beneficial. The first one I took was graphic design, or computer graphic design in particular. And I still remember a lot of the stuff from it. And as obvious the fact that I'm 28, that was a little bit ago. And then I also took many psychology classes. And while my degree never went to that path, yeah, graphic design is a college course. It's a entry-level course. Well, you also take algebra, Koji, but algebra is a college class too. Not the same type of algebra. College algebra is equivalent to pre-calculus. But no, graphic design is also a degree. Yeah, physics, right? Well, no, I didn't take the classes at my high school. I took them at college. Like, they would give us a bus ticket and then enroll us in classes at the local university. Also, I'm totally just walking in a direction now. Yeah, so we actually went to the university. You don't have any like STEM programs or anything? Those are typically the programs that will get you in. I think it's time to make a bed. And we will block this. I will not have anything walking in behind me. You see, I had a very interesting psychology class. I had taken the obvious intro psychology. I also took like the intermediate psychology. I took abnormal psychology, and I took the human experience. Or not human experience, but human psychology, which is basically the science of like what it is to be human. And it was a very philosophical type class. the professor, when we got there, would interview the students before they were allowed to take the class, because it was an unorthodox class. He wanted to push people outside of their boundaries. He wanted to basically prepare you for experiences you may not experience, for things that are different, and accepting difference. So the first class that we took, or that I took, I should say, because I was the only one from my high school that had gotten that far into psychology at that point. We got there, or I got there, and the professor had taken all of the desks and had placed them against the wall. So anytime someone walked in, he would greet them and then let them know that they won't be sitting in this lecture. So all the desks were moved. All the people were just standing around, and he said, "Take a seat." And obviously, a couple people went and tried to go pick one of the chairs out of the desks. He's like, no, on the floor. He wanted everyone to be, I guess, unsettled, I should say. Because it's strange to most people to do that. But I found it really interesting. And then past that, there was a bit of an icebreaker where essentially a lot of college classes like to have icebreakers. They want you to get to know the other classmates that you have, and they want you to do that because you're going to be relying on them for like homework help and all the other stuff. And also, it's just, you know, good to interact with others. The icebreaker that we had was essentially everyone had to close their eyes and then just wander about the room. Anytime you bumped into someone, you just had to say hello. That was our icebreaker. That was class 1. There was obviously a couple things where he gave us assignments like read chapter 1 and 2 of this book, blah blah blah. But essentially started out with stuff like that. Some other stuff that we had done was we had to go on a scavenger hunt, which meant leaving the class. And the scavenger hunt was just a long list of these random things you had to do. And you get extra points, like the more, I would probably say the more cringy or awkward it is. So one thing that was on the list is like you had to go ask for the toenail of a stranger. So you're walking around a college or a university, and you just gotta go up to someone and be like, "Hey, I have a class assignment. I need your toenail." A big part of it was just forcing you outside of what's the norm. And you'll probably think this is a laugh as well. Our final exam was a report, but the other half of the final exam was to go essentially on a camping trip. So the whole class, the final exam was to go to a camping trip and participate in just a bunch of like trust exercises and stuff like that. And the professor was grading you based on how, partially on the report, which was about your experience, but also on like how much you're Well, Koji has died. On how much you're open to the experience. And now some people might feel that that's very hippie-ish and stuff like that. But it's a different way of thinking. And I think the world would be a better place if more people thought outside of what's just their own view. Their own comfortable bubble. Don't get me wrong. I still very much have my personal space and all that stuff, but being open to new experiences and stuff like that is very important. Also, one of these days I'll find another village. I found like 3 of them, and then now I can't find one. Now that I'm actually looking for one. I knew I should have went back. Oh wait. Found a village. So in this village, I will try to make a Fletcher. Also, what the heck is this? I have never seen this spawn before. This is neat. Free armor. Also, I apologize if you hear any like rumbling noises or car noises. My neighbors really love their cars. Like, really love their cars. Some of you probably heard them before when it sounded like they were just taking off like a rocket. I like this little village. It's cozy. This village will be my temporary base while I fashion armor and prepare to take on the dragon. Oh, looks like Koji has gotten his revenge. Now, something else I've considered. During particular events, I might set it to 1 life. So perhaps when we're doing big events, I'll set it up so that if you die, you're dead. Obviously, I'll open it back up after the event, but I think that could be pretty fun. Alright, I've already checked pretty much all the chests here. I might have missed 1 or 2, but right now, I just need to set up question is where? I guess I could just take one of their houses. I will commandeer it for the time being. Alright, this is my house now. This is how it works. It is mine now. Look, we got a sign. It has been labeled. This is my house. This is also my furnace. At some point I'll have to make an iron door to prevent the villagers from getting in. It's like squatter rules, right? If I inhabit the house for long enough, it's mine. Let's see, we got food. We need to cook it. Cook up the food. I don't have string, so we'll probably have to kill some spiders during the night, which means I need a sword. That is how it works, Koji. If you take the house and barricade it and no one can get in, it is now your house. Yep. I don't really count it though. Like, there's so many like hate bots that are like fluffing the numbers. It's kind of ironic, really. I'd consider myself probably closer to 50 in terms of engagement with people. Well, it's already night. I was about to say we should get some stuff done before night, but it's night. Wait, I should make a shield. If there were another person in this world that had to fend off enemies, I would recommend that they craft a shield. Ow. Yeah, I'm iffy on the whole schedule thing. Part of me just wants to go live whenever I feel like it, because I don't have anyone particularly that would show up on a schedule. The people that show up kind of just show up because they're available. I don't have fans, I should say. Most of the people out that would be considered fans are Koji fans. Koji's the true MVP, the real streamer. Okay, Koji, you can't say that after getting like what, like, how many subs you at now? You got like rich fans now. You were really blowing up the other day. Look, it doesn't matter how many fans you have, it's the quality of your fans. You see, Koji, but you have fans, and you have many friends that are also participating. That is something you should be happy about. I should have let it be night a little bit longer. Now, something I kind of want to toy around with is I want to mess with the spawn limits. So on servers in the past, I've had issues with spawning. Dang you, I needed that. I had issues with spawning, and I kind of want to like really bump it up. The server is pretty beefy at the moment, so with how few people I expect to be on the server for the next month or two, I want like hordes of things showing up. And if I bump up the spawn limit, we'll get hordes. Hey, I consider there's a plugin called uh I think like Extreme Hardcore or something. And I was thinking about it. I was considering it. Cause that sounds fun. Something that's also kind of fun. There's a mod pack called like I don't know. It's like Zombie Survival or something. Yeah, it's on hard. And you have like guns and stuff, and it's just like endless apocalypse mode where there's just zombies everywhere. But the village spawn rate is super high. So you just end up running from like town to town, and it's pretty cool. That could be a different season. Perhaps the apocalypse has broken out. Hopefully by then Koji will have improved his PC. Alright, I need lava. I don't think Koji died in the last bit. Nope. He survived the night. Now the question is, it's going to be cheaper to buy the parts probably than it is to buy something that's pre-built. But do you feel confident in actually putting together your PC? I should make a smoker. I question secondhand. I never trust that I'll get something that's not bad. I'm the kind of person that I'll wait and just buy stuff brand new to avoid it potentially having issues. That said, that doesn't guarantee issues or lack of said issues. Because I had to buy my graphics card from a freaking scalper, so I had to trust that it wasn't, messed with. Cody, you just go to Google and type how to build a PC. Any question in the world can be solved with a Google search. Let's see, I need buckets. And aside from buckets, I should probably go get some diamond. We'll toss this stuff in there. Take the bread. Leave just about everything else. You're not dumb, Koji. You set up quite a few of the stream stuff. You don't give yourself enough credit. I need a shovel. Now on this series, since I am gonna have a strong focus on building. I'll probably do some stuff off stream, stuff that I'm planning on introducing as a roleplay stuff. I'll prepare some things in advance. I think mostly I'll be streaming most of it. Now, the question is, if I build a dungeon, I'll probably have to tell anyone that could potentially be going through the dungeon not to watch particular streams. I mean, there is some PCs are actually cheaper to buy as... Sometimes it's cheaper to buy a PC that has a good CPU and it already has a case, a power supply, the fans, the motherboard, all that stuff, and then just add a graphics card to it. Because usually if you don't have any parts to start from, then it's just more expensive to buy everything. Usually get like discounts by buying it as a set. I mean, at the start of the year, I had put together a new PC for testing some tech stuff. And that, I think, came out to be about like $600. That's without the graphics card. So with the graphics card, it's probably about $1,000. You see, Coach, if you're gonna buy used, you have to look at the things inside of it. Gotta do your research. Gotta know what's compatible with what. You gotta know if what you're buying is actually not worth the money. Now I wonder if I'll make it to the end today. I wasn't planning on doing a very long stream, but depending on how quickly I can get to the Nether and through the Nether. I might make it a bit longer than usual. Mostly because I just really enjoy starting a new world. I enjoy finding new terrain, new opportunity. There's something invigorating about a fresh start in a new world. Because you don't have to worry about your past base. You don't have to worry about your past stuff, your past plans. You just start something from the ground up. Deep Slate is kind of like the new indicator that you have reached diamond level. If you see a deep slate, you're probably deep enough to find diamond. I'm going to avoid using my coordinates. At least for now. Can't give Koji any chance of finding me. Although, at this point, I feel like Cody would not be able to find me with the distance that I probably put between me and spawn. There we go. There's a collab idea, Koji. Instead of you hunting me, I'll hunt you. We'll do the same thing that Dream does. You know, the assassin thing or whatever. Minecraft hunters. Instead of will Koji beat the dragon? It'll be how long can Koji run away? We don't even need to do well, maybe. I might need to add a couple mod or plugins to the server, because I think they added an item where you could track people. So I'll need that, because otherwise in an infinite world it's just impossible. I will probably give you. You know what? We can do it on. We can make it part of the lore. Maybe by that point I'll have my new, and I am super looking forward to getting my reference and also my new model. Unfortunately, my model is still far way off because I don't even have my reference yet. Sometime in the next week, actually 2 weeks actually, the artist let me know that they'd be able to start on it. So it's gonna be a minute. Or as Koji likes to say, it's gonna be a hot sec. That's like your favorite phrase, Koji. See, this is where my skills thrive. I need people. It's not an attack, it's just an observation. So many ideas, so little time, and also so few people to try the ideas against. I'm thinking we'll plan it. We'll plan it later, but I'm gonna organize some type of event to kick off the lore. I'll give you some time to work on your roleplay concept, and I'll have to pick a purpose, a driving force, because I can't just build. I have to have something that drives me. Yeah, other VTubers are hard to socialize with. You either end up on the not so say so side of VTubers, or you end up with just people that are hard to track down. I do have a potential collab that will be occurring on Thursday. Me and someone else, I believe, will be playing Left 4 Dead 2. We haven't decided on a specific time, but I'm assuming it's going to be roughly around my usual time. And unfortunately, I have not heard back from any of the people on the last server I was playing on. Yeah, it's hard to be the person on the outside of a friend group. Something I've learned, Cody, is that if you find someone that you want to be your friend, you have to engage. One of the things I did in college was I had a couple people I met at one of the boot camps there. Academic boot camps, not literal military boot camp. I found a guy that was super into like video games and stuff, and I was like, me and him could be friends. And then we were best friends. I was like, me and him mesh. We can be friends. And so it occurred. Yeah, you don't want to be I don't know about groups like that. I've played D&D games where the DM and his girlfriend are playing, and sometimes that just does not work. However, my current D&D group that I play with, him and his then girlfriend and now wife, are great to play with. Their relationship has no impact on the game itself. Zero. They're both great role players. The guy is a great DM as well. I wish I could like steal his voice acting ability. Hopefully the more I'm streaming, the easier it gets to do voices. I wouldn't let the collab thing influence you too much. Sometimes things just don't work out as intended, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to step back from it. Something I would say is adjust expectations. If you go in with the right expectations that are a little more grounded, and you set up your plans and all that stuff, and you stick to it, then if they don't follow it and they renege on whatever deals that they have, then you take a step back and you say, I don't know if I want to be a part of that. We can't let fear dictate what we do, but we also cannot let ourselves succumb to manipulation, which is very important. I don't know, Koji, if you have been in touch with Twitter today, but there's a lot of drama brewing. A lot of drama. and it kind of involves that whole like trusting other people thing. Oh yeah, they're a big streamer and content creator that works with a lot of other content creators. Basically was manipulating people. Yeah, it's probably outside of like your zone of interest per se. So a big DM or online DM essentially was manipulating the relationships based on like his power over people and all that kind of stuff. So it's very important to it's very important to learn when to get out of stuff and what's not appropriate. But also having your own safety nets. Like, as you might recall, there were multiple servers that I was on where it was mostly like preteens and whatnot. I'm like, this is not my area. Like, I'm not even getting close to this drama. I'm okay with people interacting in chat and even potentially joining the server, but at least that way I can try to moderate like what's going on. There will be no sketchiness under Craft's nose. None. I may enjoy chaos, but I do not enjoy actual evil. But back to better subjects. Because I'm sure everyone else wants to escape the drama. I now have diamond. And with said diamond, I will make a diamond pickaxe. And with that diamond pickaxe, I will get obsidian and go into the nether. I mean, how much of an agreement was it? Was like, was it one thing said in passing? It's not that hard. All you gotta do is dig down and dig a tunnel. You'll find diamond like within 5 minutes, probably. Well, I guess sometimes it's very unlucky, but if you keep digging adjacent tunnels, you'll find it. I don't know. If someone did that to me, I'd probably discuss it with them in private. I would discuss it in private to try and keep any misunderstandings from like brewing and causing trouble. Hello, DeGabe. The real question is, how are you? Have you become over 6 foot tall yet? Have you become a giant? You learned what now? Yeah, Koji, I tend to give people the benefit of the doubt, even if they don't necessarily deserve it. I've fallen on one too many swords for coworkers before, trying to defend them, and then they turn around and say, "Yeah, I did that." And I'm like, "Really?" I don't know. I think I have the Gabe. You're like chaos because I have no idea what that would even be for you. Yeah, Cody, it's his call for when he wants to summon the boys so they can go get beans at 2 a.m. What the heck? Okay. I was very confused for a moment because I started digging and I was like, why is this tunnel here? And then I was starting to get suspicious. I was starting to think, did Koji find me and did he block me in? Did he try to contain me? I have been watching way too many SCP videos. I'm on like an SCP kick. I kind of want to play one of the SCP games. Hello, Pilk. PLK, MLN. I will hydrate especially for you. Pikmin. How are you doing tonight, Pikmin? Look, I will try to pronounce any name. I may not do it right, but I will give it a shot. Look, if it's gibberish, I will pronounce it. I should add the same redeem that you have, Koji, where it's ask me to say something. Oh, I really want to set up the sound thing where it'll read it on on stream, but at the same time I don't have any moderators, so there's no like pre scanning or anything. So I don't know if I trust people with that. So that'll probably be a no. With the things that they make you do, Koji, I ain't trusting it. Nope. You see, I would trust you to be a mod, Koji, but at the same time, I don't want to give anyone work. I'm okay with the occasional just slash ban. You see, the Gabe, I saw that word earlier today, in fact. and I can't remember what it was from. What is that word from? Because I know I saw it earlier. So it's pneumo ultra microscopic silicovolcanoeosis. Oh yeah, I've already banned tons of people. If someone comes in here with any of their hate, bam, they're gone. Craft got a zero tolerance policy. Look, I play video games. I don't play games. I am a no bullshit person. I will tell you if I do not like something, and I do not put up with crap. Oop, lava. You see, Gabe, but they're clearly able to make better videos because all I do is scrape them off of Twitch and throw them on YouTube. At some point, I'll have to come up with a series specific thing. Maybe I'll do lore videos specifically on YouTube, and then we'll have some streams dedicated to actual lore. Once I get my new model and stuff, I'm gonna be creating. It's gonna be a blast. I mean, that's just a matter of opinion. Considering I have like 4 subscribers on YouTube, like anyone's better. Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the current Twitter trend, which I'm not going to participate in. If you want some easy clout, Koji, you should check out some of the Twitter trends going on. VTubers are doing some not so say so things. Look, either you find it or you don't find it, but I'm not leading you there. Yeah, that's the sad thing is a lot of them are not safe for work, which I'm okay with. You know, dirty jokes and all that stuff. But a lot of them are very, very not safe for work. VTubers are virtual Twitter users, according to some people. And they go burr. Which is why they're called VTubers. Here's another redeem idea. Ask me to define something. Knowing my luck, you guys would just send me a bunch of stuff that's just like new things I don't know about. Although now that I'm streaming, I feel like I'm more back in the loop, as old as that sounds to say. Although if I start saying stuff, that makes it not cool, right? Because I'm old. I'm like the corporate guy that's like trying to be hip with the kids. Look, Koji, every single VTuber I've come across has been like a teenager or just barely 18. I actually found someone on Twitter that was actually older than me that's a VTuber, and I was like, holy crap. I think there's actually an actual grandfather that's a VTuber, which I think is pretty cool. It's hard to find people that are actually old that embrace things that are different. That's really cool. Although, I guess my generation will probably be some of the first people to well, the generation ahead of mine will be the first ones to retire and literally just play video games in retirement. Oh, there's tons of them, Koji. They just don't advertise their age because they know that it's not appropriate. Like, if I don't see age on their thing, I'm like, I don't know if I can interact with them because I ain't getting any messages from moms and dads. Like, who are you? You can be a VTuber to game. Just upload your profile picture. That would be something called like a PNG tuber. I mean, I recommend it because it'll prevent people from being like kind of weird. You're a bit of both. You're a PNG tuber because your PC can't handle 3D. Yeah, I mean, I considered rigging up my Minecraft model as a temporary model. I might still do that as like a joke until my actual one's done. Yeah, when you're using the PNG, it's a lot smoother. Yeah, the game. If you have any interest in creating content and all that kind of stuff, like I already know that you do your animations, like go for it. It doesn't have to be a job; it can just be a hobby. Maybe you'll end up enjoying it. Maybe you'll pursue something creative as a career. Oh look, more diamonds. And maybe if you're successful, you can buy a brand new PC. Yeah, he does some Minecraft animations. Honestly, the game, you should continue with it. I feel like the stuff that you put out there would be hits on TikTok or something. Anything where the format's very short, like those things would probably do pretty well. I feel like my purpose in streaming is to encourage people to enter the chat to pursue things and be better than me. Yeah, I'm just here to provide probably bad advice or very generic advice. People come in the chat and they're like, I got a problem, and I'm like, okay. Hey, I mean, you got more views than any of my videos combined. I'm pretty sure my collective views on YouTube is like 5. And that's probably me clicking on the video to edit it. But that's okay. I'm not intending on doing too much with YouTube at the moment. I'm honestly surprised that my videos get views on Twitch as VODs. I think a lot of the people that check out some of my content are predominantly people that I've interacted with in various servers and whatnot. I'm still finding my personality, my persona. But I feel like I'm definitely getting comfortable with it. I haven't had anyone say they couldn't hear me in chat since my first 2 weeks of streaming, so I mean, clearly my audio levels have improved. Sometimes you just gotta start on it, the game. The more practice that you get, the better your skills will get. That's why I'm doing art practice. And I'm just like drawing whatever I can. My art may not be, you know, something that someone would pay for, but it is getting better. You see the game, you got the content already. You got the jokes. Now all you need to do is find a box to stand on and shout your muted voice into the void. Or you can let your animations do the talking. Man, I did some damage to this pickaxe. I mean, you can shout. You know the old adage of if a tree falls in the forest and nobody hears it, did it actually fall? The answer is yes, it did fall. But no one heard it. I never liked those questions. I wouldn't say I'm big brain. I'm logic brain. Give me a logic problem and I'll give you a logic answer. When things don't make sense because they're not following logic, that's when Craft gets frustrated. If you ever pick up programming as a hobby, that's frustration. You get about 5% joy and 95% rage. Oh, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Beat that, Koji. Remember, objection and objective. I definitely have too much joy messing with people. I can't help it. It's in my spirit. That's why I'll be the dungeon master. I will be the adventurer that has graduated into the thing that people have to overcome. So in order for adventurers to have adventures, they require someone that came before them to have already built those things, to have already explored, to already have tried to find new things, try new things. I'll be that guy. And I will set up things for the next. Good night, the game. Just remember, school is one day closer. Sleep tight with that knowledge. See? I can't help it. It's my being. I'm on Loki level chaos, like not evil per se, but walk in the line of evil. Just, dipping your toe in every now and then. Make it fun. Keep things interesting. Like, for all of my dungeon stuff I plan to build, I'm not going to make anything that's overtly difficult or overtly punishing, I should say. Don't lie, Koji. You have an inner mischievous side. Embrace it. Yeah, you were planning on you're planning on sacrificing them. Yeah, we'll make a trap. I'll make mini traps. Problem? I might run back to spawn and set up a trap there. Next person that logs in will be in a cage and someone will have to come and get them. Set up like layer after layer of iron gates or fences, and then put lava on the other side of the fence, so they have to break it down with their hands. But then as soon as they break through, it's just lava. And then they just get endless deaths. And they're like, Koji, save me. And I'm like, nope, I'm gonna prevent Koji from saving you. There we go. Idea number 1. I gotta find some squid and make a new book and start writing down my ideas. Cause I'll forget. Look, Koji. Every quest has a hook. And the hook, you send it out and you reel it in and you hook yourself a hero to drag along on the story. And that is actual game terminology for DMs. So when you're inventing quests and stuff, you have to come up with a hook, something that gives them an in to the quest. Because you got this like world-ending quest, and it's like, well, where do you start? That's where the hook comes in. Look, we need a death counter. There's actually a setting in the server properties. There's a setting that allows creatures to be on the leaderboard. And I was really considering putting that in there because that would be funny if like one skeleton was just like, I'm number one. I've killed 5 players. Oh, also, you might have noticed, Koji, if you had armor on you or weapons, enemies will pick those up. There's usually a chance that that'll happen, but I enabled that they will always do it. So if you die, they'll pick up your stuff, and they'll use it against you. And I think while they have your stuff, they won't despawn either. So they'll wait there. Alright, I think I have more than enough blocks at this point. I was hoping to find a cavern and get some water, but didn't seem to be happening like that. Look, Koji, it could have been worse. I had so many ideas, and I had to, toss a couple of them to the side, just set them on a table somewhere, and then ponder it a bit. Oh, there's a creeper. What are you doing in my mine? Okay, now that he's dealt with. I'm definitely too low. Usually I don't go this low. I feel like I'm on like Y level 6 or something. Alright, I'll go back up. How the heck did this happen? Oh, I must have mined some iron. That's why it's 2. I mean, you're currently fighting the server. You're fighting most of the creatures on it. And I think you're losing. By my guess. Alright, time to sleep. So I have plenty of cobblestone. I have some extra diamonds. I feel like I should make a sword. Or I could make an enchanting table. I'm not sure yet. Enchanting table would probably be nice. Oh, there's water. If there was a lava pit, I could make this portal above ground. Are there any nether ruins in this area? Does not look like it. Alright, we have to leave this lava behind. Hopefully no one falls in it. Especially myself. And now that I think about it, I don't think I found a lava patch. I did not find a lava pool. And that's probably because I'm too low in the world. Maybe if I go a bit higher, I'll find a lava patch. And I should probably put some barriers here at least. That way things don't just walk straight into it. Have you recovered your stuff, Koji? What I might do, actually, I was thinking about rushing to the end. Maybe I'll prepare the end, and then I will set up a dungeon around the entrance to the end, instead of at the end of the end. But the problem with that is there's multiple entrances to the end. If you have iron, Koji, just make a lava bucket. Lava bucket, put lava down, let the creature walk into said lava, and then done. Now, where the heck was this lava at? Also, holy crap, I have made a lot of tunnels. I got a lot of junk with me. I should probably put some of that away before I go into Nether. And I will 100% need my coordinates when I go into Nether because I will get lost. Alright, there's lava. We're gonna make a nether portal in basically the bottom of the world, which is probably not the best place to make it. But we're going for it. I think I already carved out a spot. Yep. So first we go lava. Then we go second lava. Then we build up the frame so lava cannot escape. And we put in second lava. Or third lava, actually. And the next one. I'm just waiting for that next death message to pop up. Like, Koji was shot by a skeleton again. I feel like you're trying very hard to avoid that. On the bright side, he's keeping your items warm. Or I guess not, because he has no body heat. This is like my least favorite way of making a nether portal. So you got your stuff next to a lava pit? I mean, why did you die next to lava? It's a rookie move. Everyone knows if you're next to lava, your stuff's gone. Look on the bright side. It's still the beginning of the game. Now, losing full netherite because you fell into the void, now that's painful. Losing diamond? Eh. Ow. I also recommend carrying a bucket of water. Tends to help with lava. There's your free tip of the day. Oh, more lava. Look, fire works for me, not the other way around. I only burn what I allow myself to burn. It's an agreement that me and the fire have worked out. It does require sacrifice though, so good luck. I always do this. I always get diamond, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna build a portal. Oh. I mean, it could work, but I like Dungeon Master better. I haven't seen that yet. I'm gonna be an adventurer turned Dungeon Master. I adventured for as long as I could, but now it's time to create the adventure. At one point you stop... Oh, what's the phrase? There's a phrase that's like... it's not coming to me. It's something about like... fake it till you make it, I guess. Eventually it stops becoming pretending. It just becomes reality. I don't know. It would have been better if I didn't flub that all up. But don't worry, it made sense in my head. That's where it's important. Not for everyone to understand what I'm thinking, but that it made sense to me. You'll have to remind me what I said, Koji, because I think I lost a couple brain cells there trying to think about that. Although I have I don't know what it is about. I feel like everyone in this century has just developed like brain problems. It's like, is technology destroying us just slowly from the inside? I feel like I don't know anyone that doesn't have like brain farts or just dumb moments. We're all subject to our own failings. We are but mere mortals. Except some of you. Some of you are immortals. At least by your own description. Now, this reminded me of something. And Koji, I require your opinion on it. It is mandatory. What is your opinion of VTubers where their lore is so ridiculous? Like, so over the top, and then they start streaming and they're just like, I go burr. And it's just like, that doesn't match. It's like you're supposed to be like a world-ending terror. Like, you see, now here's the controversial thing, Koji. Here's the controversial thing. The new Hollow Counselor, whatever they're calling themselves, their character lore is so over the top, and it does not match them whatsoever. Like, I'm pretty sure they have like writers that are doing it for them, but it's just like, why? Why is your lore like so like end of the world style when you're just playing video games? You see, I'm gonna be a dungeon master. You know, between dungeons, I hang out on Twitch. I play some video games. You know, super relaxed, super feasible in a fictional setting. I mean, it's kind of like wrestling in theater. There's an element, or magic, I should say, like real life magicians, people that do magic tricks. There's a level of disbelief that you have to really enjoy it. And if you push it too far, it just doesn't work. That's my opinion on it anyways. Well, that's the thing. I don't think they keep up with it at all. It's kind of just like whenever their manager tells them they need to do something, they'll do a video about it. Now some of them are pretty into it, but some of the lore is just a little crazy. That said, some of it is difficult to incorporate. Like, I was planning today on doing a very in-depth, solo RP, and then people jumped in the chat and they were starting to talk, and I'm like, I can't ignore them. I mean, I watch some of them occasionally, but I wouldn't say I'm like an active viewer. But they were talking about serious things. I can't just tell them to go away. Someone was telling me that they're going off to school, and I'm like, good luck. And then unfortunately I had to be mean to someone and tell them they can't join the server. Look, Koji, I play pranks and light mischief. I'm not evil. I'm not gonna shout at people. I don't want to make anyone have a bad day. Oh, just one of the people that jumps in the chat, and then the first thing they ask is, can they join the server? There's someone that's been slightly active in the community, you know, popping in the chats, talking for a bit. But you can't expect to just join the server after a couple of days. Like we've interacted quite a bit, and I have a sense of trust that you're not just gonna like blow up the server. If I put stuff in a chest somewhere, like, you might nick a thing here or two, but you're not gonna like rob it. And something else, even if they don't have malicious purposes, I've always thought it weird when so I used to watch a lot of like Captain Sparkles and like all those other big older Minecraft people that were big when it was starting, and it was so weird watching them play on like a community server or something. You just got all these people just kind of following them around, staring, trying to get in the video. People that are active in the community and have somewhat become friends, I should say, those are the people I'll probably be inviting. Like, Painless has been pretty cool, which is why I invited him to the last server. And then this server, I'm hoping to have more people to collaborate with, or just active people. Oh wow, I think I'm actually much closer to spawn than I thought I was, based on my coordinates. See, Koji, now if you do some math, you can reverse engineer where my portal came out. But I know you won't. At some point, my coordinates will be revealed. It won't really matter. Man, I'm so distracted. I was like, I'm gonna go for the end. And I just started like wandering off into the world. Just, you know, just vibing. You don't know how to use the coordinates? Well, you see, you pull up the coordinates, and then you look in the direction, and then you start moving in that direction. And if the number goes larger, then you're going in that direction. Wow, have I already lost my way back? There it is. Or do you mean you don't know the button for it? Do you need me to tell you the Java edition buttons? So F1 will get rid of your HUD. So if you want like screenshot mode, press F1. If you want to take a screenshot, press F2. And at the end of this message, I ruined it. I should have said at the end of this beep, leave your message. Anyways, F3 is your coordinates. F5 switches your perspective. So if you like playing in this mode, there you go. I tried, I failed. I have failed. And then somewhere between F6 and F12, one of them makes your screen go really weird. Like, really weird. Well, you see, that requires charisma, Koji. It requires charisma. That is a fundamental skill I have been lacking in. And also, I'm a lot more entertaining with other people. But that requires other people. I'm very good at with like working off of people. I like the banter. You see, you're just naturally more entertaining. I'm too relaxed. Like, when someone hits that creeper noise button, they want to see laughs. They want to see scares. And I'm just like zero reaction. They're like, well, that was no fun. People want to, like, I don't know if you know Jacksepticeye, but they want his level of energy. And I'm just like, I don't know if I can do that. Oop. That guy is like, boom, first second of the video, you're engaged. Whether you want to or not. I don't know. I'll keep trying. I will improve myself, my content, my image, everything. I will bend to the whims of trends. You know it's against every fiber of my being. Even acting, I don't think I could do that. I could do that maybe for 2 seconds and I'd be done. One of my friends is going to be so much better of a VTuber than me if she ever starts. She's pretty much given me advice on everything to get started. And I'm the one that was supposed to be talking her into doing it. How the turns have tabled. I have no idea where to go. This is so low in the nether. I feel like I have to climb. I don't want to climb. I just want to appear in another fortress. I've done it once. That means it's possible, right? When I was doing one of my hardcore runs, I had actually placed another portal, and it appeared in the middle of a fortress. Well, not the middle, at like a bridge on a fortress, and it was super cool. But that level of luck is hard to come by. Unless you're Dream, in which case he fashions his luck a bit. In all honesty, I should probably take a note from his book. That dude is like I don't know. He knows how to read trends and stuff. Like, he knows how to monopolize on things. There's been a lot of videos that people have done analyzing his like success, and I find it interesting. Unfortunately, even if you know the secret, unless you're willing to use the secret, it doesn't work. I'm too straightforward for that. I say that now, but then every time I say that, my friend is like, well, then you gotta do it the other way. I'm like, fine. Like, Koji, if you wanted demon VTuber, I was pretty close to being like super dark evil guy. And they're like, no one wants to interact with a serial killer. And I'm like, but evil. I want to be the dark hero. I think they're a little wrong in that regard, but well, yeah, but half of the horror VTubers are like cutesy as well. It's like, oh, I'm Cthulhu, and then they're like a tiny girl with a very high-pitched voice, and they just ooh-woo. It's like, okay, that's not horror. You got the horror theme, but you're really not banking on it. You're not cashing it in. Oh my god, if I could stop walking in circles. I think I should remake my portal. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this portal and make a new portal. Alright, portal, you're coming with me. Yeah, I spent quite a bit of time yesterday coming up with ideas. And literally in the middle of work, I was like, Dungeon Master. I could get behind that. And I was so excited because I finally had a theme I could work with. Because while I like Engineer, it's too broad. There's nothing I can brand it with. There's nothing I can like use. But Dungeon Master, that fits close to my hobbies. It fits close to my personality. It has graphical themes I could use. I can work with it. And it's different. I'm not gonna be the 100th cat VTuber. Not even 100th, like 10,000th. Shots fired, cat VTubers. I don't have to worry, they won't at me because they won't see this. It's our secret. You see, Koji? I mean, it's very popular, so I mean, even though it's a saturated market, I feel like people see cat VTuber, they like it. Same with dog or fox. Cat, dog, fox. I don't know. I think there's more there like that. Well, that's the thing. Some of the cat and dog things are less about animal and more about like fetish. And I'm like, I can't tell if you're a cat because you think cats are cute or because of something else. I like that emoji. There are a few emojis I see that truly express an emotion, and I feel like that's one of them. See, I'm the same. There's too many gray lines if you blend both sides. Like some of the controversy, I think, over the whole Arcadum thing with his harassment, clearly based on everything I've heard from the transcripts and all the audios and all that stuff, he was clearly just a manipulative person. But at the same time, if you allow those lines to blend, it becomes difficult to put a fence there. So, for example, we have all the not-so-say-so VTubers, and then they're surprised when they have weird fans trying to say weird things. And it's like, it's not appropriate for them to do that. But that's kind of your whole shtick. I don't know, there's a weird line there. I think that the correct way of saying it is like reading the room. And for some people that's difficult. Especially online when they're anonymous. That'll be a problem for some time, I imagine. If you're not up to speed on the stuff and you have questions about it, the streamer Destiny did a pretty good summary of it and explained how some of the emotions kind of are different from a different viewpoint. I really liked his explanations. They were very good. I think a lot of people will be able to follow along pretty well with it. Alright, I think I got everything I need. Probably gonna pick up all my stuff and find a new location. Now that I have iron armor and stuff. Well, some of them are not safe for work outside of Twitch, and then they stream video games to be safe for work. But the problem is that their fan base kind of mixes, and then some of them don't get the memo that it's not appropriate to do that stuff on other platforms and with other audiences. I think it's okay for them to still stream on Twitch. It's just, I feel like the fans are really the ones that kind of take it too far sometimes. I don't think I've seen too many instances, if any, where I thought maybe the VTuber was at fault. Then again, I haven't really explored the depths that is VTubing too in depth. I'm still kind of like skimming the surface. I think this is all I need to take. Brewing stand would be nice though. And this. That's a very generic statement, Koji. I have heard things and seen things. I have witnessed events unfold. And they go burr. Some of the nonsensical, some of the very nonsensical memes I don't like, but some of them I like. I'm such a weird person. Like, have you seen... this is already old at this point, but for a while they had like deep fried memes or whatever, and it's just like I don't find that funny. It's just like a filter applied to a picture to stretch out someone. But people are like just lapping it up. You're like, it's so funny. But then they had the boys and the beans. And I was like, that's funny. It was mainly a Reddit thing. Yeah, the beans is so good. Then obviously there's the cat making the face at the dinner table. One of my friends, that was his favorite. I like to send him that every now and then. It's still his favorite. I think Owo liked the weird ones based on when we were talking about memes before, and she sent the one in the Discord. That was like deep fried memes material, and I'm like, I can appreciate it, but I don't particularly find it funny. I'm very picky about things. Like as a music idol VTuber, Koji, you'd probably find it really strange that I had an iPod that had maybe 20 or 30 songs on it. Like, I like music, but I don't know a lot of music. Oh, found a rare sheep. It's pink. That must mean we're on the right path. Oh, that reminds me. You're doing your watch along or whatever, where you share clips. One of my favorite YouTubers, who unfortunately no longer makes content, was Filthy Frank. It was some super cringe content, but my god was it funny. Like, the level of confidence that man emits. I can't. I can only aspire to have that much confidence, but not the level of craziness. It was all an act, but man, he was good at it. Yeah, he's a singer now. He's in the music scene. He quit doing Filthy Frank a couple years ago. It's actually kind of cool that he was able to like do all that weird freaking stuff and then still come out of it with the ability to like move on to something else. Like, can you imagine that guy going into an interview and you're like, "Are you this guy?" Then again, I guess he's not really interviewing. He basically just does his own thing still. Look, I'm envious of his confidence. And creativity. Because he also made a book that kind of had his whole, like, his character lore. And it's a weird book. But it's a decent read. Because it's funny. It's out there funny. I'm trying to remember what it's called. I actually have it. All my books are put away. Well, time to sail the ocean. Actually, never mind. If that's a desert, I'm going to stop over there. Maybe I'll find a temple, pick up some TNT so I can lay some traps down. Oh, that's a good idea. If I take all the TNT from the bottom of a temple and I replace all of the blocks to make it look like no one has entered said temple, when they dig down to go get the treasure, I can position the TNT in such a way that by disturbing it, it'll cause it to go off. Yep, I think that would be good. The problem with all of my ideas as well is I set up that entire dungeon on the last server and I basically just said, "Peace, I'm out," and then gave them the coordinates to it. I have no idea what's going to happen with it. I hope they send me a VOD or something like, "Hey, we did the dungeon." Because I'm so curious to see how it turns out. I need to find a plugin that lets me install like a security camera. So that when someone approaches, I can see what happens. There are some mod packs that have that capability. Some of the more techie ones. but I don't think plugins have that ability. At least none that I know of. And if they do, they're probably for an older version of the server. I said it before and I'll say it again. I love this part of the game where I don't have a base. Because I just pick up all my crap. And I'm like, I'm going to go off in this direction. And I don't have to worry about getting back. I'm just mobile. I need to rush to the end and get... Yeah, there's quite a few VTubers that are just literally an animal. Now, are you talking about a literal animal or a figurative animal? Because I actually said that incorrectly. There's a lot of them that are figuratively an animal. I need to rush to the end and get shulker boxes. Then I can just keep journeying around. I'll craft a new dungeon and then run off into the wild again. Ooh, I should start booby trapping villages too. Once again, I'll never know. Actually, I probably will know. Since you're the only one on the server currently, if you somehow manage to come across it, I'll get a message like, I died. Feels good to be back on my own server. Well, that's perfectly fine with me, Koji, because that means I know where to find you. Then I just bring the dungeon to you. I'll make like a train of villagers and then bring them to you so it creates a village and then I'll spawn a raid. I wonder, I need to find a villager tower, or a pillager tower I should say, because you could make a really good dungeon with them. If you bring a bunch of villagers into the area and then force people to fight the pillagers, like that'll get intense. You see, Koji, I may not know where you are, but I can find out. Don't worry, when I get my elytra, I can fly around, I can look. I can scan within 10,000 blocks of spawn. All I gotta do is look for anything that looks man-made. Look for any obvious trails left behind, you know. Look, Koji, I used to be an adventurer. You learn a trick or two about tracking people. So you don't need to be near spawn. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we just bumped into each other at this point. Just out in the wild like, oh. I tend to wander in a spiral. So chances are I'll end up near you at some point. You'll just be hiding behind a rock like, I hope he didn't look over here. That is an armored baby zombie. No thank you, baby zombie. I will be on my way. Alright, spider. You started this. I will end it. Hello? Okay, skeleton. I greet you, and I say goodbye. I have no qualms with the undead. We will be working together soon enough. Too many baby zombies. Now, I kind of want to stop to get this slime, though. Okay, get out of here. Go find Koji. Honestly, they're not worse than the Phantom, though. Speaking of the Phantom, there's a setting that you can enable where Phantoms will not target Insomniac players, or non-Insomniac players. Which means that if you don't sleep, it will not penalize other players. It'll only penalize yourself. So they'll spawn, and they'll just go for you. So since I slept recently, if a Phantom were to spawn, he would not target me. Ow. This big boy would, though. Again, Coach, that just makes it easier to find you because you're not moving. You know, when I scan the perimeter, it'll be easy to find someone who's not moving. We need to get a big enough VTuber circle so we can play a Hunger Games. Because I never got to do that. Now that'd be fun. I guess technically they probably have Hypixel servers that do that. That's not fun. Look, that's my real goal from streaming. It's just to find more gamer friends. I already know this is not going to be a money source for me. I just want to make more friends. Play video games. Have fun. Live. I mean, I wouldn't say no to it being a job. You know, if it gets to the point where that's a possibility. But I am content with it being a hobby. Because I already play video games. So, if anything, this is just a way to have more fun doing it. Aha! Plan W has begun. You're gonna have a whole bunch of like idol fans. They'd be like, what the fuck is this? They're like, you're playing Minecraft with this guy? Alright, this plan has already begun. I will summon the wolf pack, and they will travel with me. Is that actually when you started watching? When I had that super jank farm? I'm amazed you stayed past that. Although, to be fair, I was playing with friends on there, so it was a little more entertaining than my like Genshin and Valorant stuff. I do want to find people to play Valorant with because I am starting to enjoy it. And Kawaii Vibes and Amanda both play. And I technically have collabed with Kawaii because we played Valorant. Well, on that server, I had friends playing, but they didn't play very often because they're not like into streaming and stuff like that, or playing one game for more than a week. We'll have to pencil in the Minecraft, Valorant, whatever collab schedule. Tell you what, I'll make this promise right here because I know it'll never happen. If I ever get to 1,000 subscribers, I will do a karaoke stream with you. I can't hold a note to save my life, so it's gonna be cursed. I used to sing in choir when I was in elementary school, which is ages past. And the only time I've sung outside of that was I recorded a song for my ex where I just basically did a parody, or a cover I should say, and they're like, I liked it, but don't do that again. And I'm like, cool, I'm okay with that. It wasn't in a mean way. They were they were laughing at it, which is the problem. Look, sometimes my creativity takes me in bad directions, and I do things that I can't do. I am A-okay with that, though. Tell you what, just to make it even feasible and slightly more fair, if either of us get to 1,000 subs, so that way you can focus on your own subs. Although it might be more of a punishment to your viewers. Subs. Followers are possible. Like 1,000 followers, that's attainable. That's just a time grind. Look, I use my brain sometimes. I gotta set the goal out there. It's gotta be out there. You gotta earn it. Or feel bad for earning it, I should say. Oh yes, new village. Now the real question is, will you remember? Because I sure as hell probably won't. Actually, that's a lie. I tend to remember the weirdest things. Yeah, you're writing this down, but that piece of paper or a note's gonna be gone by the time we get to that point. Don't worry, I'll remember probably. I have so many wolves. Hello, wolves? There we go, another wolf. Interesting, this one didn't have an armor stand. Last one did. They have made no offerings. Man, some of these like base villages have really cool designs. Like props to whatever part of the dev team designed some of these villages. I should probably find a Fletcher at this point, because I'll probably need the arrows. I have no idea when next time I come across a village will be, because I do. Actually, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna set down my portal here. All right, dogs. I gotta put you somewhere. I'll find a house and put them all in the house. Actually, I'll extend this house. I'll have to make like a dungeon that's just like 100 wolves. Your frame rate will be the will be the boss battle. It'll be like the wolf temple. Enter if your computer can. As soon as someone enters the chunk, it's just like chug 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 chug. Alright, little one, come this way. Alright, farmer, you can go in there too if you want. Come on, wolf. Where'd you go? Stop wandering. This is not your house, sir. I have claimed it as my own. This is my bed now. It's okay, you can stand on the bed, but it is mine. Why is it not sleeping? Ah. Since I stole the bed, it didn't count towards the sleep counter. I was like, hello, Hero Brian, are you here? A thought that popped into my head that I'll go ahead and share. It'd be so bizarre if I ever collaborated with like any of the like OG Minecrafters. That'd be a very surreal moment. See, that's the weird thing. I don't really care about, like, celebrities, I should say. But it'd be pretty cool to meet people that you've been, like, watching for so long. And to be in their content, too. That said, I know a lot of big names, but I don't really watch their content, so it'd probably be weirder. Like, I know a lot of the popular people right now are like Dream, his friends, Mr. Beast, Technoblade's still popular. There's also a bunch of other ones that have kind of fallen off the radar that I still have seen streaming. Alright, portal, you will go here. Next to the pumpkins. The equivalent for you, Koji. Imagine if like one of the K-pop idols was like, Koji, I want to collaborate with you. Although I feel like that's on a completely different scale. The message would enter your inbox and you would just fall over. But what if it was an idol you didn't really care for? Would you still do it? What if it was like your least favorite idol? And they're just like your biggest fan? And they promised that your favorite idol would be there. Any loot down there? I don't see anything. Man, I really need to find a fortress. I need lava resist, or One of these days, I'm gonna say it correct. Fire resistance potions, not lava resist. Alright, you should set your goals very high. And then the first step on the ladder is them liking like a post of yours. Look, everyone's just a person. Unless they're narcissistic, in which case they might actually think they're a god. There's quite a few celebrities that are pretty down to earth. Alright, I think... Oh, kind of like a fan meetup type thing? I don't know if I can fall that far. You know what? Screw it. Let's go for it. Ow. There was nothing. There was no point. Are you hoping he's just gonna be walking around? Do you know if he regularly attends? Ah, so it, kind of like by proximity. One of my friends is gonna try to drag me to a con next year. I've never been. I'm not a crowded place kind of person. And long lines to buy merch does not pique my interest. But I guess the whole point is like the experience. I don't know. Everyone always seems to get like deathly sick coming back from cons. Look, holy crap, there's the fortress. I was just looking down, I'm like, wait, I recognize those things. Yeah, I could go to a small con, but I don't want to do it solo, which is why my friend's gonna try to drag me along. Because I think the fun in like outings like that is the experience with friends. I don't think I'd have much fun going by myself. Also, I need to eat. Maybe I'll start if I can speak. I'll probably start slow. Koji, you have like 5 friends that appear in your chat that are from IRL. Get out of here with that crap. Uh-oh. I mean, even if you're moving, as long as you make an effort to keep in touch with them. My friend goes to cons with friends that they made at other cons, and they meet up like halfway across the freaking country, or sometimes in other countries. And she's like, how do you make friends everywhere? And they're like, I'm an introvert. And I'm like, no, you're not. My friend doesn't have that money either. They're constantly freaking broke. One trick, if you didn't know it, I only know it because of them, is if you offer to like work at the convention, typically you can like cut the cost of tickets and stuff. So you can maybe cut the cost of travel and the convention entrance. Well, there you go. Ow. Depending on how quickly you blow up on Twitch, you might also just want to get a part-time job. Gotta get that money. Gotta put it away. Can't be spending it all on your favorite streamers. Can't be like that one guy that's just like gift sub, gift sub, gift sub, gift sub. Look, Coach, you do not have to sub to me. I recognize that you're not just here to gain all of my followers, all my clout that I have to offer. I know it's tempting. You see, the creeper came for you. He knows. He's got to appease his master. I didn't know I had a foul language filter. I'll probably have to get rid of the foul language filter because it would filter me out. You got kicked, you got timed out. I'm like 90% sure you're still on the whitelist. I don't think it kicked you. Unless your Wi-Fi went bad. In which case it might have. Oh, great. I don't have apples. I really should have brought some apples with me because I need golden apples. Because this is going to be my death. Oh, I forgot to mention this because it wasn't relevant at the time. If you find a chest, it will refill after a day, I believe. A day or two. I turned on a setting that will replenish chests. And it will be random each time. That way you don't have to go super far to reloot things. I did like a deep dive in the settings file. I was like, what does this do? There's a lot of cool stuff that I don't think people usually play with. Ooh, this is a nice chest. I've never found 6 diamonds in a single chest before, but I'll take it. Oh, 8 diamonds? Thank you. It's important, I think, to not destroy the chest. So if someone comes to this in another day or two, I can't remember if it replenishes when someone new opens it or simply after a certain time. I kind of want to test it. Oh. Uh-oh. This is not good. Well, I might go ahead and call it here for tonight. It's pretty late. It's almost midnight. I've obviously found the fortress. There's a lot of cool stuff in the fortress, like 8 diamonds. It's okay, Koji. The server's still going to be up. The server's up 24/7, so whenever you want to play, it's there. If you want to do your streams on the server, go for it. Alright. I'm safe. You see, you can do this instead of doing your... Wow, I'm really having a brain fart here. Stardew Valley. That's one of those games you should definitely not do off stream. That's one of those games where it's just, you kind of chill, you play the game, you have some fun. You don't want to rush it. Because when you start rushing the game, it's kind of like rushing through a book. It's like, as soon as you start skipping sentences and paragraphs, like, put the book down, come back to it. Anyways, thanks for joining. Thanks for having joining on the server too, Koji. We'll do some collabs in the future, and we'll definitely have some fun chaos. Yeah, you need to be preparing for that concert. And for anyone else that watches this VOD, stay tuned for more potential content that I would consider content, but that is opinion. Have a nice night.